Hello my friends, it's me Peter, and welcome to the very first edition of Peter Ponders, a bi-weekly segment where I discuss one topic throughout the entire video. For the first edition of Peter Ponders, I'm going to be discussing something that's, figuratively at least, very close to my heart. Online dating. As many of you are very well aware, I do not have the greatest luck when it comes to romance. Over the past decade, I've tried at least 10 times to start various relationships, and none have even come close to the relationship stage. With that kind of record under my belt, I figured it was time to shake things up and try something that some of my friends have had success with: online dating. I officially entered the online dating world on September 2nd, 2013. That day I gave myself my own birthday gift by signing up for a free dating site. A couple months later, I signed up for a second free dating site, and about 5 months ago, I signed up for a paid subscription dating site. And let me tell you guys up front, this experience has been nothing like I ever imagined, and it's not necessarily in a good way. The first thing about online dating sites you have to know is that they all expect a current photo of you. Now, this may just be a problem for me, but I really don't have that many current photos lying around. Even though I consider myself a fairly social person, there's not many photos of me that exist. The last photo that was taken of me that appears on my Facebook page was taken back in December. And while I do use that photo on all three of my dating profiles, it's honestly not the greatest quality. Now, some people have a solution to that, and that is, of course, by taking selfies. Well, I kind of tried doing that, and I really don't want to talk about it. Like I said, a pretty minuscule complaint since it can be pretty easily rectified, but still a complaint nonetheless. But there is another complaint I have about these dating sites, and that's the part where you're supposed to describe yourself. Now, you would think as a writer that I'm very good at describing myself. Would you believe, though, that it is about the hardest thing I've ever had to do? I honestly cannot describe myself in a way that sounds appealing to others. On one of my online dating profiles, I have actually altered my About Me section about 4 times, because every time I read it, I just feel like there's something missing, or it sounds boring, or, it just doesn't make me sound appealing in any way. This, in turn, leads me to my third complaint about online dating: sending messages to people. To start off with, every dating site I'm a member of always says you should not send a generic, "Hey, how's it going?" message. They all say you should send something that's at least a few sentences long, that kind of introduces yourself and also mentions a few things from their profile. Yet whenever I actually do that, the replies to those messages are few and far between. When I mentioned this to one of my online dating consultants, yes friends, I do have online dating consultants. Please don't judge me. She actually told me that shorter messages are better. My consultant suggested sending a simple message saying, "Hey, looks like you and I have a lot in common. Would you be interested in chatting?" as well as maybe mentioning 1 or 2 things from their profile. According to my consultant, longer messages are bad because by the time the person gets to the end, they're bored and they want to move on to another profile. This in turn led me to another realization about online dating. I am just too old-fashioned. Now, even though I'm in my mid-20s, I was part of that group in school that was just on the cusp of the old and new technologies. For example, my sister, who is 2 years younger than me, was required to have a laptop for every single student in her grade level. That never happened with me. Now you may be asking yourselves, what does this have to do with online dating? Well, believe it or not, it has a lot to do with it, because it shows that people just a couple years younger than me are much more adept at technology than I am. Case in point, I was chatting with one person on one of my online dating profiles. She and I seemed to hit it off. We'd been talking for a couple days, and things seemed to be going very smoothly. And then one fateful day, I asked if she was interested in having a phone conversation, and I never got a reply back from her. I later learned from more than one of my dating consultants that asking for someone's number is considered creepy and moving at too fast of a pace. Instead, what you're supposed to do is send a message asking if they want to meet up. Now, call me old-fashioned, but that just seems bizarre to me. I was always taught that it's better to ask someone verbally for something instead of going the shorter route, quote-unquote, and asking via technology. I don't know, call me an old man, but to me, asking someone out via the internet or via private message seems a little tacky. But hey, apparently that's what all the young people are doing today. Well, I just hope this means I don't have to alter the way I send messages if I really want to attract someone. But yeah, I totally agree. The midnight walk on the beach sounds like an excellent idea. There's just something about dipping my toes in that water that makes me feel all warm and fuzzy inside. Oh, and I hope you've reserved some time for cuddling, because I love cuddling. And if you don't love cuddling, then you're not the one for me. Hashtag KT Tunstall. Hashtag Black Horse at a Cherry Tree. Ugh, I felt dirty just pretending to type that. Now, with all my complaining and nitpicking about online dating, you all must think that I hate it, right? Well, believe it or not, no, I actually don't hate it. You know, even though I haven't had any success on these dating sites when it comes to actually getting a date and starting a relationship, I'd say my time has been worthwhile. Believe it or not, it's actually helped me find out a few things about myself. Forcing myself to write the About Me section has kind of helped me figure out ways I can describe myself and talk about who I am as a person. That's something I've honestly never really been good at. And it's also opened my eyes to what I really want in a relationship and what type of person I want. Because honestly, before I started this, I had no idea who I really wanted. I'll be honest with you guys, I still don't really know what type of person I'm looking for. So even though I have not had much success on the dating sites, I'm gonna stick with them. You never know who might be around the corner. Thanks guys for tuning in to my very first Peter Ponders vlog. If you guys have suggestions for future Peter Ponders that you'd like to see, or if you would like to share your own experiences with online dating, please leave a comment below. And if you enjoyed this video, be sure to click that like button and be sure to hit subscribe to see future videos. Until next time, this is Peter saying see you later.